Hi, I'm Amber.
Hi, I'm AJ, and welcome to Mountain Traditions Homestead.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Mountain Traditions Homestead. We're going to do something that y'all have seen before, but you've never seen me do it. We're doing a Firearms Friday today, and AJ's going to let me do this one because one of the revolvers we're going to be talking about is mine. He got it for me for my birthday a couple years ago. It's something I've always wanted, and that is a Snub-Nose 38 Special. This is mine. It's a Rock Island. It is the model 206, and my mother allowed me to borrow her Smith & Wesson model 642 to compare. So that's what we're doing, is a little side-by-side comparison. Before we get into the details about it, we're going to cut and go outside and do a little test fire, and then we'll come back in and talk about it. Alright, so you guys saw me fire both these revolvers. There's a few differences. We'll talk about those and price and just compare everything. And this is from a woman's perspective. Some of you men might see it differently, but I think it's important to have videos out there for the women to look at too. This is something I really enjoy, and I'm sure some of you guys do too. So, upon looking at them, the first obvious difference is that the Smith & Wesson is only a 5-shot. This is unloaded, obviously. I know I'm pointing it towards myself, but it is unloaded. And the Rock Island is a 6-shot. So that's your first obvious difference. Just by looking at them, you can tell they are relatively the same size. Rock Island's just slightly bigger. Now, when you hold them, you can definitely tell a difference in size. This one, I would say, is darn near double the weight of the Smith & Wesson. So, to me, that was a downfall. When my mom bought this one, I really liked it. To me, it feels better in your hand. I like the grip better. Not just the rubber grip, but the fact that it's larger in your hand. It's not as heavy. I saw that as a benefit until we went outside to compare the two. When we were actually firing them, I found the Rock Island to be a little bit more accurate, and I don't think that's necessarily anything other than it's a little bit heavier and it is easier to hold still when you're firing, in my opinion. I think that's why it was more accurate. But I will go on a limb and say that at least when I shot it, that the Rock Island was more accurate. As far as price, you're looking at about a $200 difference. Your Smith & Wesson, you're going to get for around $500 right now. And the Rock Island, you're going to get for around $300. Both of these were slightly cheaper when they were purchased by us. Obviously, everything, ammo, firearms, everything is more expensive right now. Another thing I will note is the trigger pull on the Rock Island is much heavier if you do not pull the hammer back first. Both of these are double action, so you can just pull the trigger. You don't have to cock it first. You can just pull the trigger. It'll fire. This one was a world easier to do than the Rock Island. Now, that may be personal preference because there's, you know, pros and cons to both of those. Some people might want a heavier trigger pull if you're going to be carrying it in a purse. If you're a lady, going to be carrying it in your purse, you don't, obviously there's no safety on the revolver. So if you are carrying it in your purse, you don't want to get something caught on the trigger and it fire while it's in your purse. So you might think that's a benefit. I personally don't ever carry it in my purse. I carry something that I can either not put a bullet into the chamber or carry it on safety when I carry it in my purse. That's just what I prefer. AJ's over there shaking his head at me. But that's just what I prefer. It makes me feel better. So you just have to do what you're comfortable with. But so like I said, if you saw me fire it, I fired the Smith & Wesson first. I pulled the hammer back for the first shot and then continued to fire thereafter without it. I paused with this one because it was so hard to pull. On the second shot, I decided to go ahead and pull the hammer back again just for the video. But it is much harder. So I would say that that is the biggest difference in actually firing it, was just that. So you kind of have to decide which one works best for you for which reason. Like I said, if you're concealed carrying, you know, you might want a heavier pull. So overall, I don't know that I could pick one over the other for any particular reason. They both have their benefits. One of the huge benefits, I would say, of the Rock Island is that it is $200 cheaper. So for $200 less, you're getting a really well-made revolver, in my opinion. We have two Rock Islands. AJ has a 1911, and then we've got this 38. And they both, we've never had a problem with them. They both fire great. I don't think we've ever had a misfire in either one of them. So we can't say anything bad about Rock Island for sure. You know, Smith & Wesson is tried and true, at least in most people's eyes. So one other difference that I will note, on the Rock Island, you pull back to release your cylinder. And on the Smith & Wesson, you actually push forward to release it. And it may just be where we have used the Rock Island more. It's mine. So we have used it more, of course, than my mother has used hers. And so it may just be oiled a little better, but it also releases slightly easier. But that may just be where AJ has oiled it and babied it. I'm not sure. Another thing is they both have the fixed sights on top. So that's something a lot of people look for. I'm not sure if the Smith & Wesson does. I should have looked it up. But the Rock Island comes in a hammerless or spurless, whatever you want to call it, model for around the... No, it wasn't around the same price. It was a little more expensive, about $100 more expensive. So if that's something you're looking for, it's available too. This one, of course, has the wood grips. I'm not sure. I think all three of this particular revolver had the wood grips, but of course you can get the metal finishes and different variations there. So either way, I'll leave a link down below where you can find both these revolvers in case you want to check them out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I'd say it'll probably be back to AJ next week for the next Firearms Friday, and I'm not sure what he's going to be doing yet, but I'm sure it'll be something fun. So you guys be sure to check that out, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.